Hi, I'm Bob Shriver. I teach 7th grade science here at Boys Latin, and I used to coach varsity lacrosse for a long time and had the pleasure of coaching Pat for a couple years.
Hi, I'm Cliff Rees, varsity basketball coach here at Boys Latin. I coached Pat while I was here in high school, and then Pat helped out as an assistant coach the last couple years, and it's been a blast working with him and coaching him and all along the way.
I'm Pat Spencer. Played for this guy on my right for 2 years for varsity basketball. Played for this guy right here on my left for 2 years for varsity lacrosse, and then had the pleasure of coaching with Coach Rees, as he said, for a couple years as well.
The things that sticks out in my mind with having Pat was for 2 years was the little things where he was a leader of the team and did things that most your average high school athletes don't do a lot. And I'll never forget calling timeouts and saying, all right, Pat, what do you think we should do? Or we call a timeout, and Pat will come to the sideline and saying, hey, coach, we need to get so-and-so on the ball to get him in the game and get this thing going. And it was never about what we needed to do for Pat or what he needed to do, but it was about what the team could do better. And I learned a lot coaching Pat, and it was just a treat having a player like him.
Pat was always the consummate team player. Always put the team above himself when he could have easily just dominated the entire offensive end of the field, but that's not the way he played. He played as just a tremendous player, ambassador for the game, ambassador for his school.
I think I've been lucky enough to be a part of some really good teams, and so the memories for me are obviously the championship. Playing for Coach Rees, obviously we actually didn't win it my junior year. We were in the championship, and we just knew we had a really good group of guys my senior year. I think that was probably the most fun team I've been a part of from a basketball standpoint. Just having a really good group of guys, group of coaches that love being around the players and love being around the game, and just made it easy to show up every day, even on Sundays when it's an hour drive, for practice for the weekend, and you kind of give up one of your days out of the weekend. It made it easy to do. Just a great group of guys, and it was really fun to be a part of that way. And then obviously lacrosse, Coach mentioned that I wasn't fortunate enough to be a part of that 2013 team, and I think I'm even more fortunate that I wasn't, just because he put me in a position to really develop as a player. If I was on varsity that year, I probably would have played 3 or 4 minutes a game, really wouldn't have developed into the player that I was, and so I owe him a lot based off of where I am today. And obviously winning that 2014 championship and getting revenge for that 2013 team is the memory that stands out to me the most.
Coach and I both thought in our respective sports that he'd be better served being the man on the JV lacrosse team or the man on the varsity basketball team, which is a hard decision for us to make and a really tough thing for a special athlete like Pat to take, and a tough thing for a family to take.
Yeah, can't say it any better than that. But I think the great lesson that Pat's taught us all is that sometimes as Pat even alluded to himself a second ago, you're going to get knocked down. You're not going to get what you want. It's how do you respond? How do you get back up on the proverbial horse and attack it? He didn't think about this. This guy just won the award as the best college lacrosse player in the country. He's been an All-American 4 straight years, 3-time first-team All-American in lacrosse, and he didn't even make the varsity team as a sophomore here. That's, in this day and age, that's crazy. But as Cliff just said, he said, Coach, whatever you all think is in my best interest, if in my best interest ultimately is to play JV this year, I think that's okay. My parents supported me with that, which was also a big fortune for both Cliff and I, and he took that ball and ran with it, and proof is in the pudding. He just had 4 incredible years playing highest level college lacrosse as anybody, and now he's playing highest level basketball in the Big Ten at Northwestern. That's an incredible story.
I think I've been lucky enough to have 2 incredible coaches here, and without them I wouldn't be where I am today. And so I'm thankful for the people that have been supportive all along, coaches, family members, friends, anyone that's been involved. It's just been an incredible journey, and I'm so lucky to still have a lot of those people behind me today. And Coach will be coming to a game, and Coach will also be coming to a game, and so just those relationships mean so much to you, and I think that's why BL is such a special place.